Okay, so I already have the medial aspect of my vastus medialis here. Okay, so what we did is we took a piece of terracotta clay, made it a tube, and blended it with a white piece of clay for the tendon. This will come right at the end of the tendon here and come down to just about the middle of your patellar tendon here. Okay. Now, we are going to the posterior side of the muscle. And we are going to need another piece of terracotta clay. And we are going to roll this out to a tube that will go from the lesser trochanter down to the distal end of the femur. Okay. So here's my rolled out piece of terracotta clay. Now, I have my clay here, and I'm going to push this into the paper a little bit so that it doesn't move around. Okay, that's one thing I have forgotten to do on this side, but I'm going to start over here. I'm going to push this into the paper to try to get it to stick a little bit. Okay. Now my vastus medialis here on the posterior side should follow the bone. So I'm going to cut that little tip off there. Okay. Now that I have completed that piece, I'm going to striate or stripe the muscle up at an angle towards the glutes. And again, I'm going to push this down, try to get it to stick into the paper a little bit. There we go. Now I have a striated vastus medialis and a striated vastus lateralis. Now we are going to go back to our anterior component. And we are going to make 5 to 6 holes along the border here. Okay, so I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to get 5 in there. Okay, so now I'm going to take a skinny tube of white clay. Okay, a skinny tube. The way this is described is about the size of a dried piece of spaghetti. Okay, that's how thick it should be. And I'm going to start up here at my femoral nerve. Okay. It goes over the artery and the vein. We're going to take this and we're going to tuck it along the muscle here. Okay. Then I'm going to use my tool, and right as I get to the end of the muscle, the beginning of the tendon, I'm going to cut my nerve. Okay. And I'm going to push this underneath the muscle, and it keeps sticking to my tool. Okay, but I want that guy to kind of hide a little bit. Okay. Probably hit it a little too much. So I'm going to adjust here and have him kind of sticking right there along like that. Okay. Now with the rest of my white tube here that's not the one. With the rest of my white tube here, I'm going to go ahead and innervate from the holes out to the artery. Okay, and again, I find it easier to pinch it down a little bit to get it into the hole. And then bring it out and cut the nerve. So I'm going to do this for all 5 holes. So now I have the muscle innervated.